Hey y'all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Leanna with Walking Pep Talk, and it is day 2 of the gratitude course. And I'm just going to do a quick recap of day 1. And now, let's remember that day 1 was all about reframing, right? So, I told you, as tough as it was to change the way that you thought, that day 1 was all about taking each thought captive and then literally capturing it. And we did an exercise where there were 5 steps, and the first one was to think or encounter the thought. The second step was to recognize the thought, and the third step was to trace the thought. Where is it coming from? Who told you that? The fourth step was to accept or deny the thought. And then the fifth step was to reframe the thought and then count all the lessons as blessings. So let me know in the comments how that went. I know that it can be really tough sharing how your experiences are going online with strangers, but if you are getting anything from this at all, please share. It's going to help benefit not just yourself but other people, and get more people to join this course, and they'll be able to play a part in future courses to come. So before I go on to day 2, I'm going to ask you kindly to please like this video. If you find value in any of the content in it, please subscribe so that you don't miss any videos in the future, and allow post notifications so that you know when I post a video. So let's go to day 2. Day 2 is all about changing the way that you encounter the world. Yeah, that's pretty deep. So, what I mean by changing the way you encounter the world is changing your perspective, changing the lens you look through, changing the way that you encounter the world. Basically, it's like, you see my glasses that I have on. The lenses are clear, right? I'm not telling you to have rose colored glasses. I'm not telling you to even put on sunglasses or shades and block out the sunlight. What I'm telling you to do is to clean your glasses so that you can see the world clearly. Each one of us has a filter that we look at the world through. The filter comes with our childhood experiences, comes with relationships that we've had, everything that we've learned up to the point of where we are today, frames our lens, and it could add specks to our lens. It could add just kind of a different frame. As you can see, my frames are kind of like clear and blue. Maybe your frames are black, maybe your frames are red, maybe your frames are green. Maybe you're seeing the world through frameless glasses. And today, I'm telling you to clean your glasses so that you can see the world clearly. Um, Basically, yesterday we talked about taking our thoughts captive, right? And the first thing you had to do was recognize that you had a thought and that you thought, right? Today, you're going to recognize how you're encountering the world. So, a lot of us have blinders on. We don't even recognize or realize that everything that we see, everything that we know, it comes from our frame of reference. And that frame of reference is what makes up our lens. And that frame of reference is what determines how clean or how dirty our lenses are. And when you clean your glasses, it basically is kind of like resetting how you're looking at the world. It resets your frame of reference and allows things to be what they are. It allows things to be neutral. And what that also means, I'm going to go into the second point here, is that it's not all about you, right? So even though everything that we see is from our frame of reference, remember there's like 8 billion people on this planet with the same issue. And I call it an issue hesitantly because it's not necessarily a problem, it's just what it is. But what it means is that it's not all about me. Just because I see the world this way doesn't mean that the world actually is this way. And what I'm encouraging us to do today is to actually just see things as they are and not putting our frame of reference, not putting the lens that we look at life through onto that thing that happened, onto that thing that person said. Just actually let it be what it is. So if somebody tells you something, a lot of things that people say can be taken in a positive context or a negative context or connotation. And sometimes it's not a negative connotation, even though it sounded that way to you because of your frame of reference or because of your lens that you're looking at the situation through. Sometimes it's just neutral, sometimes it's positive, and sometimes it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the person who said it and the frame of reference that they're coming from. So, with day 2, I'm just encouraging you within the next 24 hours to look at everything that's happening around you. Be slow to speak, slow to, judge. Be quick to just listen and observe and recognize what's happening around you, and looking at it as much as possible through a neutral viewpoint with clean glasses, clean lenses, and allowing things to just be what they are. I'm not telling you to look at things in a positive way. I'm not telling you to look at things how you always see it. What I'm telling you is look at things and recognize that even though that thing happened, how you view it doesn't necessarily mean that's how it is. And I know that could be challenging, but I really look forward to you doing that, to actually practicing this exercise and seeing how the things that happen around you, how you look at them differently when you're actually paying attention, when you're actually making the choice to see how you're looking at it instead of automatically allowing your frame or your lens or your point of reference to determine how a situation is. And that could be helpful for us and it could be harmful for us. So let's just look at things in the next 24 hours in as neutral a way as we can. And then I look forward to seeing how that went for you. As always, I look forward to day 3 tomorrow, and go ahead and put your comments about how day 1 and day 2 went in the comments below, and we'll talk about it after day 3. Take care.